Anime openings are pretty fucking good, but one thing we don't always address is how good the endings are. Not as in ending to a series, as in visual sequence with music attached to it. I'll call them EDs for the sake of this video. When I asked a few friends of mine whether they watched the EDs, the answers I got were no, no, and what are you doing in my house? I was kind of surprised because there's a lot of EDs I really like, but to explain this first, we need some backstory. I first watched anime when I went round to a friend's house and saw him watching this weird Asian cartoon about giant naked people, which weirdly good. So one of the things I noticed when I started watching it was the music was amazing, as in they put a lot more effort into it than Western cartoons. Then one day, when I forgot to exit out of the episode after it ended, I saw something that quite surprised me. I saw a beautiful display using pencil-like art to represent Mikasa's loss of innocence and how she finds refuge from this in Eren. I thought it was quite cool how they put in as much attention to detail as they would the opening with these ending credits. Eventually they changed the ED to something about Walnut. Didn't half mind because music was good. All I did was just make a D's Nuts reference because it was late 2015 and I had a shit taste in memes, and I just got on with my day. After I ran out of episodes, I decided I kind of like this anime thing and asked a friend for what I should watch next on my current feeding ground, Netflix. He recommended this show that I hadn't heard of before called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, so I watched the first episode and instantly fell in love. This thing is a modern classic. The characters are great, the comedy's concise at least, the themes are well addressed, and above all the music is good. P.S. This is only in the first episode. And so after that episode ended, I was treated to yet another surprise.
あの日見た空茜色の空をねえ君は覚えていますか
Now, not to say that the OP isn't good, I mean, it's one of my favourites both musically and visually, but this blew me away of its sense of style and atmosphere from what's essentially a child's drawing. So the next day I went into school and asked the only other kid who watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood what he thought of it, and when the subject of the ED came up, he merely shrugged and said that he didn't watch it. Now I know what you're thinking. Why am I called Meta Knuckle 1642? Well, besides that, the two of you who aren't thinking that are thinking, are you saying I have to watch every ED? Yes. Yes, I am. Nope. More to it than that. I'll take you through some EDs that I really like, so you get some perspective on this. First, let's go through some EDs which are good in terms of music. First, we have Inside Identity from Shunichibo? Shinikibo. Sod it, one with eye patch waifu. It's pretty hype considering the anime is about a guy looking after his weird OCD neighbour, but then the ED would have to look like this. Next is Aldnoah Zero's ED, Aliez. I'm getting a lot of unpronounceable names today. This is made by Hiroyuki Sawano, creator of the Sawano Drop, where a song goes from passable to
I say cry, yeah. I say cry, yeah. I say cry, yeah. I say get the kind of that
continuing on with the theme of GTA, we have Durara's Trust Me. It kind of sounds a bit like Kendrick Lamar, in fact, some people may even compare it to Hood Don't Love It. Now, there is a mashup of these two songs, but YouTube gave it a fat old copyright strike, so I guess you're just gonna have to trust me on this one. Get it? The joke is that puns aren't funny. Next we have EDs that are visually impressive. For example, there's Mob Psycho 100's ED, which shows the tale of a con man through paint-on-glass animation. This con man is actually kind of charming, as you know, he's witty and funny and teaches Mob to be a better person. Unlike a clickbait YouTuber who just puts tits in the thumbnail and waits for money. Boku no Hero Academia's second ED is quite nice, as we get a few stills of the girls, which gives us a lot of background character on them. It also sparks a riot over who's our waifu. It's Suyu, by the way. Fairy Tail also has a lot of nice EDs using chibis, and I guess if I had to play favourites, I would pick version 12, but only its second version when it's showing. Why? Because this single shot forced a tear out of me. And heck, if you're out of ideas for just what to put on there, you just throw in a dance. For example, Kekai Sensen's ED, Kill Me Baby's ED, and Free Eternal Summer.
What are you, fucking gay?
Good point. I don't even watch those shows, but finally, let's get to the elephant in the room with anime dancers. Of course I'm talking about the Hare Hare Yukai. What else could I be talking about? It's so catchy it's been said to go with almost anything. Well, challenge accepted! And of course, there's the best of the best. The EDs that are both great visually and musically. For example, there's Soul Eater's third ending. Then there's the aforementioned Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood EDs. And while I said ED1 is the best visually, and I will say that FFA ED4 is the best musically, I'm gonna give props to ED2 for something it did in a certain episode. Winry is about to shoot Scar, the man who murdered both her parents and Ishval, but then Ed convinced her that she shouldn't shoot because that would just be vengeance, and her hands are made for healing and such. Then of course she breaks down into his arms, and then this comes on. That's pretty powerful stuff, and it wouldn't have worked if you put any other song in there. For example,
Yo, yeah, like the bifter, I'm gonna rape your little sister. 5 chicken licking, I'm gonna give her a kicking. Yo, yes, my name's called Tate. Hard with your head off a gate. Might be a bimbo, put your head through a window, that's why we...
And of course we can't have a discussion about anime without talking Cowboy Bebop. The ED for it is so dark and dragged out and colourless. Oh, wait, no. ED, not Ed. That's it. The colour palette is very well chosen, and it captures that sense of noir that Cowboy Bebop is famous for. Also, the music is so well orchestrated, you can just hear the pain in the singer's voice here.
The real fabulous
It's almost hard to believe that this is in the same anime as, well, Ed. If there's one thing I want you to take from this, it's that anime EDs can be good. Now, of course there are some bad or bland ones, but here's my step-by-step process to avoiding. If you start the series and see this ED for the first time, all you have to do is watch it a first time. If you don't like it, don't watch it in future episodes. But don't skip the ED just regardless. There's some good shit out there. Now on the subject of bad ending sequences, thanks for watching. I thought of doing a less structured video this time, although I am open to suggestions for what I should do next. On the subject, I've actually got a few ideas lined up. I could do a thing called Characters in a Nutshell, where I'd give a funny description of characters from a certain franchise. I was thinking of doing Fairy Tail. Look, but thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, dislike even, and comment. This has been Record 1642. See you next time.